Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I'm out here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida, about to do the review of all new, the game changer, Glock 47. Check this out. And the reason why I'm being sarcastic is because it's not exactly new, despite of what some of the people claim here on YouTube. It's actually been out since 2019. It's just been in circulation in US Customs and Border, which is kind of interesting because I just reviewed a border marshal from Beretta. So now it's Customs Border Glock. Check this thing out. And it's a game changer. The reason why people call it game changer is because this is a standard Glock 17 with a Glock 19, kind of Glock 19 frame, interchangeable with Glock 19 parts, Glock 17 parts, and Glock 45 obviously because it's crossbreed of two. Check this thing out. 4.5-inch barrel, just like Glock 17, 17 capacity magazine, just like Glock 17, and this one is actually the MOS version, so you can put a red dot optic on it. So, 9mm, let's do some shooting and see what this all new Glock can do. Now, today I'm gonna be shooting two types of ammo. I'll start with, from Brazil, 9mm MagTag. Check this thing out, it's 115 grain. That's my usual range ammo that I use most of the times, never had any problems. Let's load up some 5 rounds and see what this thing can do. Now, if you're not familiar with Glock, basically, we have a magazine that is a double stack, quite easy to load. It's nicely numbered at the back, all the way down to 17, yep. And see, you'll be shooting that orange little circle right here. See what this thing can do. So, always excited to review a new Glock, although this is not really much new, but yep, typical Glock operation. Yes. And not a single miss. But I gotta say, I've shot so many Glocks, I reviewed so many Glocks. My main handgun is Glock 17, my sidearm. My concealed carry weapon is the Glock 48. So yes, I'm very used to the Glock sights. So, I'll try to make this review exciting, even though this is pretty much exactly like everything else that I reviewed from the Glock. Now, we have our grip, which is standard Generation 5 grip, yes, although this is not exactly Generation 5, but it's still a Generation 5 grip. We have some aggression at the back, at the front, on the sides. I have to say I kind of miss the finger grooves from the Generation 4 and Generation 3 Glocks, but this is pretty aggressive, so I do like the fact that it is quite aggressive. Gives pretty good overall ergonomics. You can definitely have a good grip, fits my hand just perfectly. I think this is one of the things that kind of makes it or breaks it for a lot of people whenever it comes to Glock, is does it fit you, all right? If it doesn't fit you, then obviously you're not gonna like it. But if it works, you're gonna really appreciate this grip is, yes, overall this is, for my hands, this is really good. We got kind of flared magwell. You can definitely make it even more flared with whole bunch of Glock aftermarket parts for the Glock. Very easy to do some speed reloads, considering that you have nicely tapered at the top over here the magazine with an orange follower, which is a brand new thing in the Generation 5. Okay, so let's move on further. We got our mag release, which is not ambidextrous, but you can reverse it. So overall, the gun is ambidextrous. If you're a lefty, you will appreciate this because the slide release is ambidextrous. Check this out. Now the mag release works very well. Check this out. Good area, quite easy to catch. Moving further, we have our slide release. Like I said, it is ambidextrous. Tiny little thing here. It's a one-hand operation, very easy to catch overall, pretty good. Now we have some serrations at the very front of the trigger guard. If you're this type of person, just in case, you probably noticed the accessory rail, Picatinny 1913 accessory rail for your flashlight, laser, whatever it is that you want to put on your Glock. Moving further to the slide, we have serrations at the back, serrations at the front. Overall, decent amount. It's not as easy to rack. Now, if you're familiar with the upgrades between the generations, in the Generation 5 we have the most the stiffest spring in the guide rack, the recoil spring, all right? So it's harder to rack than the previous generations, but it does give you a better overall recoil management. But because there is plenty of real estate on the slide, I mean, it's very easy to get a good grip to rack it without any problem. So let's put some 5 more rounds on the target. I got that white circle down there that I was gently touching with the 22 LR that I just reviewed from Ruger LCP2 in 22 LR. If you haven't seen that review, check it out. It should be already uploaded on this channel, although I'm not sure. Maybe not, maybe I'm uploading this review before. But awesome gun. It will be on this channel regardless if it's not. So make sure to subscribe. You want to see that 22 LR. Okay, so let's do some shooting. All right. Not too shabby. So let's talk about the sights. We have our standard Glock sights. Nothing new over here. Still plastic. Nothing changed. Overall, just your standard 3 dots, 3 post sight with a little white dot on the front for fast target acquisition. And at the back we have the bar, which is I mean, if you're used to Glock sights, that's I think one of the nice things about the Glock. If you're used to one Glock, you're used to all the Glocks. Same goes for the trigger. I'm gonna show you the trigger. We have our standard safe action system, like on pretty much, I think Generation 5, Generation 4, Generation 3, Generation 2, I think that's where they implemented, but I might be wrong. It might be the Generation 3. But we have the safe action system, which is basically your drop safety, and one day I'll actually drop the gun for doing this. And then we have about 3 millimeters, very safe, very familiar travel. And then you kind of have a little bit more. This little thing right here, this is brand new, haven't been shot, so it's a little bit still kind of, but you have this. I don't know if you caught it, if you saw it, but you have that little tiny millimeter and then a crisp break. It was a new gun. If you're just now getting into the Glock, it might take you some time to get used to that, but as you shoot it becomes more noticeable and it becomes crispier. Okay, it becomes a little bit better. I already mentioned the MOS plate right here, so you can put your favorite red dot optic on it, which is very nice. I think I honestly I like the red dots on handguns more and more. Probably gonna put it on my 17 that I have. But that's really it. You have your Glock. Let's do some more shooting because why not? Now we have some Fiocchi from Italy. And this one is 124 grain. So let's see how this thing does with 124 grain ammo. Now, what is so groundbreaking with this Glock right here? Honestly, not much. Basically, this is Glock 17 with a frame not from Glock 19. It's still a Glock 17 frame, but because it is a shorter, as you can see, the dust cover is shorter here, so you kind of have this exposed. With the length, it is a 19, all right? With the grip, it is still a 17. What that gives you, it gives you compatibility with Glock 17, obviously, because it's Glock 17. You already have a Glock 17 slide and the barrel here. But it gives you with 17, slide and the barrel. It also gives you compatibility with Glock 19, obviously, because you now have the same length of the frame, length, not the grip length, just the overall length. And also, obviously, with Glock 45, because it's a crossbreed of the two. What is the advantage of this? Why would you want that? I have no idea, but for example, let's say you're in a battle and something happens. Your barrel breaks, okay? And you're like, man, my barrel's broken. I have Glock 47. So I can either get the slide on the barrel from Glock 17, I can get a slide on the barrel from Glock 19, or I can get it from Glock 45. Maybe. If that's the case, yeah. Other than that, I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. What do you think? You think that's overkill for the Glock? Or if it's straight up mockery of Glock fans? But with all the jokes aside, I gotta say that if it was used by the government, usually, you know, they don't get stuff that is silly, okay? They know what they're doing most of the time. Most of the time. Whenever it comes to weaponry, at least. You know, military, government agencies, well, police departments, maybe, I don't know, sometimes they do have some weird handguns in the circulation. Custom border protection, I mean, what they're running like a P226, the 6-hour, which is a good handgun, great handgun, honestly. Single double action, you have external hammer. But you let me know in the comments below, especially if you were in service and if you used any of these handguns that I just mentioned. Let everyone know in the comments below what do you think. What is your favorite handgun? Which one would you choose as your sidearm? Because that's helpful. That stuff is more helpful than my talking. Okay, so 5 more rounds. Let's do some rapid fire tests because it's a Glock. Why not? Yeah. Now the nice thing about the Glock, if you're not familiar with Glock, is that it's one of those handguns that you simply do not expect to have any malfunctions. And as you can see, this is quite safe to say that this is the case here with this one as well. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about the Glock 47 in general? Do you think it's a good idea, if it's a dumb idea? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this review. If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to address them. As always, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you watching my videos. God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next video.